Hi everyone, it's Lori with Behavior Education at Spirit Keeper Animal Sanctuary. Welcome to Species Center Stage for Thursday, June 22nd, 2023. This week we're going to introduce a new series called Life with Bredl, or maybe I'll call it My Life with Bredl's Pythons, or My Life with Morelia Bredli, because they're my absolute favorite snake in the whole world. And I feel like I don't do enough content about them. I work really hard to do balanced content and to do content about snake species that are commonly kept as pets, that families commonly keep as pets, and that many of my behavior clients and training clients keep and work with. But I love Morelia Bredli, and I have 35 of them. And I love taking pictures of them. I love making videos of them. They are the snake that I absolutely interact with the most in my daily life. And so I just have a whole bunch of content for this week's video from the last 2 weeks of just random photos and short pieces of video of some of the Morelia Bredli and them living in my home and in my office and being loose, and just some of the activities that I do with them. And when I say that I work with them and interact with them the most, that doesn't mean I'm holding them and walking around with them all the time. It means that they are free to roam around my workspace and do what they choose to do. And I love watching their behavior. It means that sometimes they crawl across my desk. Sometimes they crawl across me. Sunspirit earlier tonight used me as a bridge to get from one place to the other. Sometimes it means that I'm training them or setting up challenging tasks for them to do to occupy their minds and give them physical exercise. Sometimes I'm taking them to the veterinarian for wellness checks. I'm doing all sorts of things with them. It doesn't mean that I'm going and taking them out of a cage and holding them. I don't actually do that very often. So let's just give you a glimpse of some of the activities that a few of my Morelia Bredli have done in the past week or two. And I hope you enjoy this, because I certainly enjoy spending time with them. This is Hera. She's a 1-year-old A.A.S hypo Bredli that I got from Martin Rosemond. And she had a wellness check recently. And this is just some photos of her and I at our veterinarian's office. That's Critter Care Animal Hospital, Dr. Liza Pfaff, who's just an awesome snake veterinarian. And, you know, she's an awesome veterinarian for our dogs too, but she just does phenomenally well with our snakes. 2 of my Patreon community members who I do behavior consultations for have Hera's clutch mates. And this is Calcifer and this is Frankie, and they are Hera's brothers. Next, you're going to see why I make my husband check empty boxes and totally flatten them and break them down before he takes them out to our dumpster. Because there might be a snake in one. Sunspear was in this empty box exploring, and Jim was going to take these boxes out to the dumpster, and he called me over to get Sunspear so she did not get thrown out into the dumpster. This is Boreth. Boreth was just cruising around and decided that he was just going to use my workspace and my desk to get from where he was on the other side of the room over to wherever he felt like he wanted to go, which was ultimately on top of the enclosures that sit in front of my desk. Sunspear and Boreth are both from Midwest Serpentarium, and that is Ralph Polinsky. And Sunspear is an A.A.S hypo Bredli, and Boreth is a normal stonewash Bredli. And they are both 6 years old, and they've been with me for 4 years, and they get to free roam in my workspace and my office pretty much 24/7 since last October. And obviously that's something that we've worked up to through habituation and training, and these rooms are snake-proofed. This is Boreth later coming out of what is technically Sunspear's enclosure. I leave her enclosure open for them to go in and out of and drink and use humid hides and whatever. That was Sunspear sitting on our scale station, and now this is Sunspear sitting on some of my books. She had climbed across me to get from the mega snake tent that I have behind my desk over to her hammock. And then she used the hammock to climb up onto this book area that I have on top of these enclosures. And then later, she decided she wanted to climb back across her hammock to the enclosures that sit across from my desk. She ultimately sat on top of those enclosures for a little while. And then she climbed back down to the floor. And I'm not sure where she is at the moment that I'm narrating this, but I can tell you that she is in one of the rooms that she is allowed to be in, that are snake-proofed, that are safe, and that she's very familiar with. So these are the enclosures that just sit in front of my desk, and the snakes, Sunspear and Borath, seem to love to sit on top of these. And yes, sometimes they're right above me when I'm working and it's never any issue. This is Sunspear just on top of some lizard nets that are for the ball python deep dive, our habitat use study. I have my whole entire workspace filled with supplies, and Sunspear and Borath have been climbing all over them. This is Sunspear on top of some of the things that she likes to climb on top of, boxed up enclosures, the mega tent exercise pen, and other snakes enclosures. She pretty much goes where she wants. It's usually up high. And this is the snake that started all of the free roaming that these other Bredli are enjoying. This is Ronan. He is the snake that taught me that this kind of relationship with Morelia Bredli was possible. He passed away of cancer. This is Hera again. She's in ambush position, hoping that I'll feed her. This is Sunspear in one of our bathrooms getting a drink out of the dog's water. So she knows where all the resources are, and although she and Borath have 2 enclosures that are technically theirs that they can go in and out of with humid hides and water and heat and UVB, sometimes they just drink out of the dog's water instead. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this week. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to produce lots more content about Morelia Bredli just because I love them. And I have a lot of them here. And I enjoy seeing the things that they do and watching them learn and watching their behavior. And I hope that you do too. So until next time, everybody, please remember to always be kind and love your animals.